Hiya, welcome to my channel. My name is Rafaela, and this morning I greet you from the comfort of my pyjamas to read out to you a piece of text that I have, the topic being Crossroads. So let's get right into that. Arriving at crossroads is nothing new. We've all encountered them at various points in our lives. These moments force us to choose between two paths. Sometimes we follow the one that seems best, and other times we take the one that feels more convenient. And then there are times when we are presented with two paths we rather avoid, but we simply choose one because there's no other way forward. And yet, choosing one path inevitably means letting go of the other, not just in action, but in possibility. There's a quiet kind of mourning that follows, a lingering ache for a life that might have been lived, the version of yourself that might have existed had you chosen differently. We imagine the what-ifs haunted by parallel lives that now exist only in our minds, but perhaps the choice was never really ours to begin with. Free will may feel like freedom, but often it is the face of fate in disguise, and we find ourselves standing at these crossroads, thinking that we are the ones deciding, when in truth, the path we chose is the one that we were always meant to take, not by chance but by design. Now, whether you want to call that destiny, the universe, or a higher power, that's up to you, but there is a quiet order beneath the chaos that can never be ignored. Every detour, every delay, every difficult decision is not an accident but a necessity, a lesson or experience preordained to shape who we are becoming. And the other path disappears, not because we turned away from it, but because it was never really ours to begin with. Sometimes in the silence between moments, we catch glimpses of a life that we didn't choose, like a shadow at the edge of a memory, and it's not in regret exactly, but in wonder. Who might I have become? What words may I have spoken? What love might I have known? These imagined lives drift through our thoughts like half-remembered dreams, tempting us to look back, to measure our present against a future that never came to be. But comparison is a quiet thief, and it sleeps unnoticed, stealing joy not by stripping away what we have, but by making us believe that what we have is not enough. When we stand too long at the window of what might have been, we begin to overlook the richness of what is, the relationships that we build, the lessons that we learn, and the quiet beauty threaded throughout our days. Now, the trouble is that the lives that we imagined are always perfect in ways our real lives can never be. They are untouched by pain, unmarked by the mundane, unreal in their simplicity. And we forget that even the brightest path would have had its own shadows, that the version of ourselves walking it would also carry doubts and burdens and longings, just different ones. There's a quiet strength in embracing uncertainty, in trusting that even when we don't see the full picture, the path beneath our feet is leading us exactly where we are meant to go. Every wrong turn, every mischance, every painful ending becomes part of a larger tapestry of meaning that only time can reveal. Growth doesn't always come from clarity, and often it comes from walking forward in the fog, believing that there's a light somewhere awaiting for you ahead. In the end, the path that we're on is no lesser because others existed. It is simply ours, shaped by every step we've taken, every choice we made, and every version of ourselves we had to leave behind. To walk forward with open eyes is to honor the life that we've chosen, even with its imperfections, because this life, is not made of perfect outcomes, but of presence. And when we stop mourning the life that wasn't, we truly begin to live the one that is. So when you next find yourself at a crossroad, don't be afraid of the uncertainty. Listen to the quiet pull within you, the one that whispers, not out of fear, but out of becoming. Trust that whichever path you take will reveal what you most need to learn. Because in the end, it's not the choice itself that defines us, it's how we walk the path we once chose. So, that is it from me. I hope everyone has a lovely day and that you all take care of yourself. Bye!